investment. Wealth creator is a personal responsibility. Should be what wealth creation is a personal responsibility, and advise members to differentiate personal matters from corporate matters. Advise members to purpose to pay themselves first by saving before planning for consumption. Explain that a loan is a source of capital, not income. Advise that 70% of personal debts should be generating income. They advise the society to invest more on robust education, recruit more big loans, and use them wisely. Minute 4. Receiving and confirmation of a supervisory report. Confirmation of a supervisory report. The supervisory report was presented by the supervisory chairman, Mr. Clement Obiambo. It was proposed by David Orodi, TSC 480373, and seconded by member Joshua Guti, TSC 495479 for adoption. Minute 5, receiving and confirmation of the auditor's report for the year ended 31st December 2021 and disposal of surplus. The report was presented by Mr. Frank Omondi of Matengo and Associates. He reported thus: 1. He hoped court cases are concluded and the building is reverted back to the Sacco. Discussion. Member Lucas Ocheno asked a question on defaulted NAT official loans as raised by the auditor. An explanation was given that NAT staff had salary stock, thus delay in remittance. Member Eric Magero, GSC 407681, said NAT does not take loans and individual members of NAT should repay their loans. He sought a budget for the plaza expenditure. Member John Osiako, TSC 329986, said all NAT staff should repay their loans. Proposal for checks and balances periodically was fronted by member George Kule and seconded by member Anjesla Soroni, TSC 264594. This was, however, the role of the supervisory committee that watches over on behalf of the members. Member Francis Omelet, TSC 460009, rose to seek clarification of NAT defaulted loans. It was then resolved that members be paid interest on deposit at rate of 11.5% and dividend at 13% proposed by member Magero Kennedy, TSC 529867, and seconded by member Ajesla Soroni, 264594. The payment to be effected immediately. The tender committee recommended: 1. Jackson Wetosi; 2. Bayer and Associates; 3. Olibengo and Associates. The board recommends Jackson Wetosi. Jackson Wetosi was appointed as proposed by member Santos Blasto, TSC 339572, and seconded by member Orodi David, 480373. Minute 8. Approval of borrowing powers. Borrowing powers were set at 60 million, proposed by member Florence A.G.M, TSC 308342, and seconded by member Evelyn Otika Award, TSC 522525. Fraternal greetings. Mr. George Angir presented apology of Mr. Wino, the regional manager. He appreciated the Sacco support and asked members to market the Sacco. Mr. Odaba, Cooperative County Office, advised the board to come up with affordable and attractive services to attract patronage. Mr. Majale, NAT Chairman Busia, requested for a plot at Bunyala and asked that NAT be updated on court cases. Mr. Mulamba, NAT Executive Secretary Busia, informed members that EON had moved officers from Tanaka to Pesi. He also informed that Busia County Referral Hospital was now on Minet. He assured that NAT will give support and articulate issues affecting teachers. The chairman then led members to observe a minute of silence in honor of the late Ungaria, who was a former county corp officer and chairman Faridi Nomination Committee. Minute 9. Ratification of elections. Chairman Nomination Committee, Mr. Lusimbo, asked the bylaws be amended in line with the current reality. He asked members to engage with the Sacco website. Mr. Clement Obiambo was elected unopposed. Marachi West had 2 applicants. Mr. Agayo Buya was elected by majority votes. The board and the supervisory committee was then introduced to the meeting. The meeting was then adjourned at 3:15 p.m. and member Seth Moya, TSC 511350.
I say the TSC is 472173. Boniface Okiru is the name.
Page 6. Anything on page 6?
Number 5. The purchase of the land. Is it okay? Number 6. They are defaulters. We have normally complained about them. The members who are concerned in the management committee, people have been having problems there. when I now come, they don't know even. I was now in the office. They say, Agwambo, you must do this. Please, I will come in first next week. I don't want to name the names. Please, I will come there. Defaulters. It is you people to know that. And then recruitment of members, I am giving you 8 members next week.
Thank you, Mr. Guam.
Yeah, man. Increase lunch benefits. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All protocol observed. Colleagues, first I want to borrow a leave of my own pupil, who is a senior member of the teacher leadership, Mheshimiwa Magero. He sits behind here, but he crosses over when need arises. I want to say something on the first item that was well articulated by Brother Aura and was seconded by Brother Ambrose Makanda. In matters court, and a caution from our lawyer. We have a lawyer in the matters, you know, that when you expose everything in the open, your opponent takes due advantage. So we may not say much, but on that issue again, we were sorting for clarity on a number of things. The example on what we took can bring in another lawyer to again cause another expenditure.
TSC number 4242.
Proposer and seconder.
00. I propose that the matter be withdrawn. I'm one of the people who had seconded the issue.
Moding S. Geoffrey, TSC 420542. I would want to second because it's actually a criminal offense to criminalize members pending the determination from the court.
Our guest of honor,
Yeah.
and protocol observed, all protocol observed. I also want to recognize the Executive Secretary, Teso Branch, Mr. Kasiba, who was newly elected the other time. Thank you very much. Okay, my concern is on page 8. That's about the equity share. My name is Bernard Adea, TSC 52 73 79. I think there is an oversight here of increasing the, I'm not objecting increasing the equity shares, but there is no limit. I want to give an example. If you are 40 years and every month or every year, they increase the equity share by 2,000. By the time I retire, or I will be 60 years, my 40,000 will have been deducted, and we are told that those are non-withdrawable shares. You cannot withdraw. So anybody who is joining the Sacco today and is saving 2,000, so what is it going to be remaining with if you remove 2,000 every year? So I'm seeing there's an oversight there, and it's going to affect us, affect the members. So I propose that either we set a limit for how long are we going to be deducting the 2,000, or we leave it altogether.
A suggestion that had been given by our member, Sogoli Joseph. I have realized that there are members here who are not employed by TSC. And we may not be aware of the challenges they are facing when they are as they are getting services from the Sacco. It is therefore my request that we allow them also in the A.G.Ms to give their suggestions, and from the same we shall be able to learn. Then 2, there is an issue about recognition and the remuneration of members who influence non-members to join Faridi Sacco. I believe, just as it was said by a member who promised to give the 8 members or to bring the 8 members, I'm also a victim of the circumstance where I played the same role, and I happened to talk to one of the officers at Malaba, Faridi Sacco, and I was told it will be looked into. Then, as I conclude, there is also an issue on flexibility of the facilitators and the Faridi officials in attendance to observe the 3 years. During the education to members, you will find that at the times we give our suggestions, but there are those who seem to be having some
informed opinion. For instance, when we tell them to accept, to adjust, and advance the suggestions we give for deliberations, they take time and you may not find it reflected. I want to give you a clear example.
Page 8.
Page 8.
Yeah.
The issue I want to bring forth, one, I want to support my brother that has just left the stage. The change of the name of this circle from Butete to Faridi was to find room for inclusivity. Standing here before you as a teacher who underwent the training of special needs, inclusivity means that we are embracing brotherhood and sisterhood. That means this circle has gone beyond the ridges and the mountains. We suggested in the last A.G.M that this idea of writing TSC numbers, it looks like the circle is absolutely owned by teachers. That means we are not incorporating our brothers who have joined us, and we are not making them to feel at home. And we suggested that a change should be done. And on this A.G.M, I want emphatically to come out with a suggestion. The best we can do, we can use our identity numbers because we are all Kenyan nationals. So this idea of making other members feel demeaned and intimidated in an A.G.M of this level, it's unwarranted of. So through the chairman, something must be done, and in the next A.G.M, let us not look like we are one-sided. We are together.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All protocol observed. I want to draw your attention on two items. That is towards the conclusion of page 8.
Page 8 again.
Towards the conclusion, as I proceed to page 9. One, Mr. Lucas Ochieno made a proposal on the renovation of the plaza. And as indicated on page 9, we made an allocation. So give us a clarification. Has it been done?
Which one?
Because still when we look at the face of that building, it is wanting. Two, we made an approval that another deduction of 100 shillings be added to make it to 500. And you said that the members would benefit double as per the previous allocation from the insurer. We left you with some tasks because we have members here who do not have their biological parents up to this time, and they have fulfilled this commitment as the approval was made. Can you give us that clarification? How far have you gone? Because we said we were giving them a leeway to nominate one parent from wherever she feels. Or some of them here have been brought up by their uncles.
That's how.
So that one stands in as a parent.
Thank you. Page 9.
So I don't know maybe what has gone, because they are saying we want to align it with the current reality. So when we'll be responding, say something about these bylaws, because
amendment. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Please. You have something, a burning issue. Now, should be the last one now, please.
I beg. For example, when it comes to updating our nominees and the next of kin, I've always proposed during our education to members that the circle comes up with a platform whereby at least we can be able, just with the website we have, we can be able to identify who are our nominees, who do we want to add in the system, just like we do in the Aeon. Because sometimes when you deal with the hard copies, you may even forget who did you at the first indicate as your next of kin. But you see, if you can do it online, it can be very easy so that I can even do it at home. So I don't know whether, Chairman, this one can be amended. Thank you.
The presence of CPA Noel George Haba, County Cooperative Office, Matayos, CPA William Okechi, Cooperative Officer Samia, Denny Stewart, Atachi Cooperative Office, Alex Aemba, Cusco Fungoma, Wycliffe Kaluka, CAK, Cooperative Alliance of Kenya, Zebedi Lusimbo, Cooperative Officer, Teso North, George Ogwang, Cooperative Officer, Teso South. Our chief guest, Daniel Marube, CEO, MD, Cooperative Alliance of Kenya. James Ekale Ekalio, CDE, Busia, Karibusa. Christopher E. Onyeti, Asiba Valerian, SCO, Mbale. CPA Jackson Metosi, Daniel Sitati, our auditors. Isaac Ofula Buteiko. Darasa Bernard, BC Samia. Basie Oscar, BC Assistant Executive Secretary, Teso Branch. Geoffrey Mubweka, Home Secretary, Faridi Housing. Majale Bwire Justin, NAT Chairman, Busia Branch. Kasiba Geoffrey, NAT Executive Secretary, Teso Branch. John Onsongo, Cooperative Bank, Busia. Eliud Wanyonyi, Cooperative Bank, Busia. Moses Owori, BTDBS. Brother Omolo Francis, Vice Chairman, A.G.M Sacco. Jackson Onyango, Charles Wandera, BTDBS. Rory Crispinus, Teso Education Scheme. Fred Odalo, DCO Bunyala. Peter Dan Masake, DBS Teso. Rose Abai, NAT Treasurer, Teso. Welcome, Madam. Julia Auma Juma, Faridi Housing. Ungelech Francis, BC Amkura. Walter Juma, BC Persons with Disabilities. Okuku Wandera, BTDBS. Very welcome. Thank you.
I want to believe we will deliver. Thank you very much. All guests, please feel most welcome. So, so I want to quickly respond to the issues raised by the members. We intend to, members propose to increase monthly earning equity shares from 14,000 to 24,000. 24,000. That was what was agreed last year. 2,000 will be deducted from your shares for a period of 5 months. It attracts interest. It attracts interest. And it is refundable. It attracts interest and the highest interest for your information. So after 5 years, your equity shares will stand at 24,000 shillings. 2,000 shillings per year. And a token of appreciation for non-teachers. The member is seeking to know why non-teachers are not being appreciated and why are they not allowed to attend A.G.M. Our A.G.M is open to every member, despite where you are coming from. It is for both teachers, businessmen, UCD teachers, and everybody, farmers. Provided you are our member, you are entitled to attendance. And even you are entitled to a payment of 500 shillings for lunch. Hakuna mambo ya kusegregate, hakuna mambo ya tofauti. A third rule, that one is for BOSA salary, for BOSA loans. But when it comes to FOSA, we create a window. So it's now up to the members either to remain with a third salary rule or not. But the members who requested for us to open a window for them, so that they can use a third of salary rule in FOSA to get loans. On membership number, Mr. Mkulwe, please. We are going to sit with the management to see if we can use membership number instead of TSC numbers. Mr. Cerulo, on the renovation of the building, I still repeat that the member proposed 6.8 million shillings to be used for renovation, but we sat as the board. But until the house comes back, we cannot touch Sacco money. Currently, the building is still in the hands of the plaza, and so we cannot touch Sacco money. We shall only use 6.8 as approved when we finally get the building back. But as per now, not even a single cent has been spent. We use our little income from the plaza to do some sort of paintings but not Sacco funds. Members sought to file to double deposit. It is the same rule that we increased the double deposit fixed fund from 400 to 500. And he's saying, so seeking to know how deep the deposit covers go. This 100 shillings will only affect members. In the event we lose our member, that an increment of 100 shillings, then your shares, the shares will be doubled. And they will be refunded to the next of kin. This is an increment of 100 shillings is only for members. Members. Not children, not parents, not spouses, but members. So in the event we lose our member, the Sacco will part with the, in the event we lose our member, the Sacco will process the amount the members have saved, and then the insurance will double the same amount. But for 400, it affects children, spouses. It also affects spouses, children, and parents. Mr. Wahaya, I think I've responded to your question. Omding, NAT loan is being repaid effectively. Mr. Omding, I'm responding to your question. NAT loan is being repaid, and I don't know why that issue was raised. If you go through their website, you will discover that the 6% is on the dividend, but not on withdrawal deposit. It is on dividend, equity, but not on withdrawal. I attended the A.G.M, it was 12, but not 16. 16 is on dividend, and 12 is on withdrawal. Just like the way we are paying 13 on the dividends, and 12 on withdrawal. So even 17 for IG, it is for dividends. The IG today, they are paying 12.02% on withdrawal, and 17 on the dividends. So you can get the difference. We have several members seeking to know how many sources of income do we have. We have several sources: loans, loans. We have loans. We have commissions. There are several. We have several. Bank alone gave us 5.6 billion shillings on the returns, as returns. So we have invested. We have several sources of income. Boniface Okiru, Chairman, promised that I said with the confidence that the court cases was about to be concluded. But take note that you understand the judicial system in Kenya. This case is on the stage of ruling, and the ruling has been deferred over 8 times. Please let me end at that level, because I promise not to meditate or to discuss court matters. The ruling has been deferred 8 times. The last one was on 23rd of, we expected the ruling, the final ruling on 23rd of February, but to our surprise, it was deferred to April this year. So we have no mandate over this. Ours is just prayer. Imagine ruling being deferred 8 times. There's a difference between ruling and judgment. If you want to know the difference, you will come and I will explain. Thank you very much. So, I'm coming there. On periodical checks, we shall now be sending accounts to members, if I'm sitting with the management, as a point of concern. We shall keep on updating you on periodically, or after 6 months, but through the advice of the technical bench. We have our DCO here. We shall continue updating our members on our progress when it comes to the accounts. We have our supervisor number 1 is our external auditor. Supervisor number 2 is our internal auditor. And then coupled with the supervisory, they are doing a good job. And then now when it comes to A.G.M, Mr. Mukulu is on our neck. He also supervises us. Thank you, Mr. Mukulu. If you don't want to be criticized, board members, if you don't want to be criticized as a leader, you know how you can be, it can be stopped. You can avoid being criticized. Volume of the business. If the IG gives 12%, you don't expect Faridi Sacco to give 12%. It depends on the volume of the business. Volume of the business. That is Mr. Kennedy Magova, and the other candidate by then, I forgotten her name. I want to direct in the boardroom, you will face the chairman nominating committee to respond. I assure you that all assets are safe. They are safe, as you are going to get from the audited report. And then we are in the process of amending our bylaws. Our chief guest will respond to that. We have the new legislation in force. It's just about to be taken to the parliament. Once it is ready, we shall move to amend our bylaws. The CEO, CAK, will respond to that. He's our chief guest today. CAK means Cooperative Alliance of Kenya. He's going to respond to that. So we can't amend today. Then after October, again, we amend after the new legislation is in force. The parliamentarians will debate it around October or November. Once it is in force, we shall amend our bylaws. Mr. Omding, we are saying members would like to engage with the Sacco website. I want to assure you that the chairman of Faridi Sacco today wants to invest in ICT. There's an expenditure here, Mr. Omding. I want to believe we will approve. I want to ensure digital transformation in the Faridi Sacco. To that effect, we want to carry out our upgrade system upgrade. We'll address all the issues that you have raised. So there's a budget to that effect. All those things that you have raised will be done, will be addressed through the system upgrade. So there's a budget to that effect. So the chairman, as you are seeing me, I want to invest in 3 areas. I want to invest in ICT. I want to invest in human resource. I want to invest in marketing. When those three issues are addressed through investment, then the Sacco will grow. Sacco will grow. I'm repeating. I want to grow in the marketing. I want to invest in marketing. I want to invest in ICT. Then I want to invest in human resource. Those 3 aspects will grow the Sacco. Just watch the space. Through with those, I have responded to all issues. I have responded to all issues. In the other paper is now the management report by the chairman. Allow me to take through the members in attendance the management report. Yes. After my report, you'll allow chief guest to address the members because he's about to leave. He has a flight at 12:30. So after he has addressed the members is when now you will react. 12:30. I want to take you to the report very fast. Page 11. You say 6:30? Huh? 12:30 or 6:30? 12:30 please. Saa sita na nusu. Respond to issues mpaka kichwa imechoka. Atatoka saa 6:30. Hapa Kisumu ndege ingemfuata hapa. Ingemwacha. Oh. So members, on introduction, Let us start with introduction. All protocols observed, the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear cooperators. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our 46th annual general meeting, in which the Lord has given us yet another opportunity to do what we must do as the owners of Faridi Sacco. Indeed, it is imperative to recognize your role that has seen our Sacco grow bigger over the years. The year 2022 offered us both challenges and opportunities owing to various education sector changes, especially those which affected our members' earnings and the August 9th general elections. However, I particularly wish to appreciate the positive response from the county government administration and its members. I also wish to appreciate the retirees on the retention of the members, other government departments, the business community, private institutions, among others, for their cooperation which has realized growth in those sectors. May we therefore focus on today's business, and I ask for active but sober discussion. Every opinion counts. Welcome to this congregation and feel at home. Performance review. The Sacco recorded an improved performance in the year 2022, with the total asset increasing from 1.6 billion in the year 2021 to 1.8 billion in the year 2022. This growth was mainly funded by members' deposits and reserves. Turnover grew slightly to Kenya shillings 344 million from Kenya shillings 327 million recorded in the year 2021. This will be higher than this, but because we reduced the interest rate on all our loans over the last 2 years. Second item is on the membership. You'll see the figure, you'll see the graph at your own free time. Then we come now to the membership report. There's a graph there. You're able to see it yourself. We move to loaning. During the year under review, loan portfolio grew by Kenya shillings 161 million, being 12.3% growth from 1.3 billion in the year 2021 to 1.4 billion in the year 2022, with the portfolio at risk of 2%. We disbursed loans totaling to Kenya shillings 1.17 billion as compared to Kenya shillings 1.6 billion in the year 2021, which is a slight drop. Corporate social responsibility. In the year 2024, the Sacco proposed to enhance corporate social responsibility by sponsoring 2 bright but needy children from each of the electoral area belonging to our members in a bid to give back to the society in the line of education. New service centers. We wish to inform you that as outlined in our strategic plan 2021-2025, we intend to open 2 service centers, one at Ugunja and the other one at Port Victoria. Reviewed strategic plan for the year 2021-2025 to improve efficiency, manage risk, and promote good governance will see Faridi record impressive performance. Interest on and withdrawal deposits. Amid reduced interest rates from 18% to 15% in loans in the year 2021 and 2020, the board recommends a final payment of 12% from 11.5% in the year 2021, interest on and withdrawal deposits, and 13% dividends on ordinary equity shares. Page 17. You'll see the graph on interest deposit. Then we move to item 8, interest rate changes. During the financial year 2021, the Sacco reduced interest rates on both products from 20.4% to 12% per annum, reducing balance on short-term loans, and 17% to 15% on long-term loans. Both products were reduced to 17% from 20.4%. The aim of this move was to enhance our members' access to more financing and therefore economic leverage. This has resulted to a drop in annual interest growth realized, being Kenya shilling 17 billion growth in the 2022, up from 44 million in the 2021. And now it is 24 million and 24 million shillings in 2020. In order to remain afloat, we request members to remain strong patronizers of both our back office and front office products. New products. During the financial year 2022, the Sacco introduced two new products in Busia, namely premium loan at the rate of 15%, and reduce the balance at the period of 96%. At the period of 96 months, which is meant to allow members to offset external loans like bank loans and microfinance loans that occupy large amount of our members' income. The appraisal multiplier is at 4 times one's deposit. Business loan is at 15%, reducing balance for 3 years, repayment period, which allows anyone with a business to access funds to boost his or her business. Ushirika Day Award celebrations for the year 2022. We scored the following awards. Best in credit management countrywide, best in capitalization deposit taking tier 3, best managed Sacco deposit taking tier 3. Position 2, best in savings deposit taking employer based tier 3. Position 3, most improved deposit taking. Yes, problems are like bumps on the road. That's according to my thinking. Problems are like bumps on the road. They will reduce your pace, but they will never stop you from reaching your destination. With the kinds of the problems issues you are raising, we are going to reach to our destination. Court cases. May I also take this opportunity to inform you that during the year 2022, one case on wrongful dismissal by May I also take this opportunity to inform you that during the year 2022, I think we won one case on wrongful dismissal by former employee against the Sacco was determined in our favor without costs. The other 2 pending cases are still ongoing in court. This one is a Faridi Housing Cooperative versus Faridi Sacco, and Faridi Sacco versus former employees. We have also been taken to court by the former executives of housing. They are challenging the inquiry report. Again, we have been dragged to court.
Of the agenda that is following. So may I take this time just to recognize our chief guest, who is a long-serving man of integrity in the leadership, who is the CEO, CAK Kenya. So I want to appreciate the board for having selected somebody who understands what cooperative movement is, to give us technical advice on wealth creation. Unlike other times when we have had politicians who have little time to speak about wealth creation other than politics. Thank you, Mr. Marube. Welcome.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. Welcome, Bana CEO.
Thank you, Chairman.
CAK.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes. Thank you, Chairman, and your board, invited guests, staff, led by the CEO, teachers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Is it morning or almost afternoon? So I know my time is limited, and therefore, if I'm late, it's at my own cost. I will manage my time very, very well. I don't know whether I'm being seen properly. To address you with a great respect, because I know whom you are. Teachers, isn't it? I was once a teacher. I grew to become a headmaster, I did become a principal. And up to last year, I was a board member of one of the biggest schools in this country for 13 years. So I understand teachers very well. And my role as a chairman of a big school was to protect the teachers, to ensure that one day, the parents come to school, they drop their daughter in school, the daughter was not properly in the uniform the way it was required, and the parents started abusing the teacher inside the what? Inside the school. Mwone huyu anaonea mtoto wangu kwa sababu hana nywele yake ni kibara, anatembea kama ng'ombe mzee. Sasa wanafukuza mtoto yangu kwa sababu ya nini? Hakuna nywele mzuri. You know what I did? Good luck I was around. We locked the parent in the store until 5 o'clock when we called the police. Was that a fair treatment? As a chairman, isn't it? Because you cannot come to the school and start abusing my teachers, and yet you are a stakeholder. Na mtoto wako ako wapi? Unamleta mtoto hapo to demoralize your teachers. How will you get good results? I'm going to be very brief, very candid, and very strong. Mutanikubalia walimu? Very brief, strong, and candid, because I know whom you are. I was a teacher as well. Number one, I want to thank the chairman and the board for having thought about me to come all the way to be your guest. And I don't take it for granted. And I want to utilize this moment more efficiently so that one day you can remember that there was that guy, when he came here, I borrowed something from him. I had prepared a 16-page speech, but having listened to your discussions this morning, I have modified my speech so that I can give you my experiences in the movement to see whether it can be of help. Some drawing experiences. Before I go very far, I want to introduce my colleague, Wycliffe. Where are you? Wycliffe, kuja mbele kidogo, mpatie microphone ingine atusalimia. This is my colleague. We work together in Cooperative Alliance.
Okay. All protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Wycliffe Kaluka. I can say I'm a resident of Busia. I work with the CAK. I'm in charge of Western Region and part of North Rift and section of Nairobi. Thank you so much.
Makofi. Kijana ni mwepesi. Kumtuma anafanya nini? Anachomoka. I'm told my vice chair is around. I'm told one of my directors. Ako wapi? Come. Molo. Director kuna society yake. You can, during lunchtime, get advice.
Thank you, Chief Guest. The chairman and the members of Faridi, good afternoon. I am Omolo Francis, the vice chair, A.G.M, Sacco, and director CAK, Western Region. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are in his region. Nimeanza sasa, class imefanya nini? Lesson ndio hii. Number one, we are very grateful to the current government because they have decided to recognize the importance of the cooperative movement, more especially the financial cooperatives, in terms of the mobilization of resources, and they have given us a standalone ministry. On the same breath, we have a very able CS, Simon Cherugoi. He's doing a tremendously a wonderful job. In the last 3 months, the work he has done, some of the ministers in the past government could not have achieved what he has achieved. We are working very, very cordially to ensure that we have a transformation within our cooperative movement to change the lives of our members. See point number one. Point number 2. Cooperative Alliance is the apex organization for the entire movement. We are the father of the cooperatives. It be an agricultural cooperative in production, the SACCOs, the financial cooperatives, housing, transport, name it. We are the apex. We are like the father of the home. We are non-political. We don't belong to any political party. We are not activists. We are negotiators. We represent the cooperative movement to ensure that the legal framework, the policies that are being made at the national level and at the county government level, because cooperative functions have been devolved to the county governments, that they are good, they are enablers for us to do our cooperative business favorably. That's whom we are. We speak on your behalf. If your governor brings issues on the cooperatives and you are not able to do so, we will come and speak to them. If the national government, there is an issue, like now we have been having a problem of non-repayments, we are reducing it. Since the minister came in, we intend to recover almost 100% of the non-repaid remittances that has been outstanding for years. From 4-point-something billion, we want to ensure that by the end of this year, it's done. We may do it in 2 ways. Either we go to fight with the government or we negotiate. We have discovered as CAK that instead of my colleagues in the union, they agitate, right? As we negotiate. We go to the boardroom and we will negotiate, right? So there is no activism in the cooperative movement. We don't grow activism because we are dealing with finances. We are dealing with your resources. We are dealing with your money, your savings. We get careful. We train strategically to ensure that we are protecting the members' funds. Number 3, I'm about to finish. The government, before the last government, we had developed a policy. You remember the constitution devolved our functions to the county governments. But the county governments were not properly prepared to take up these functions in terms of human capacity and other resources. So we came up with a policy which went through Parliament and became a session of paper number 4 of 2020. In order to implement this policy, we have a bill that's due to go to Parliament any time from now because it has gone through the cabinet to become an act of Parliament and therefore becomes a law. Before that law becomes in place, we are also doing regulations to implement the bill. Take note, key among the changes that we are bringing in the movement is that we are going to have 4-tier system. You are a primary cooperative society as you are seated. We shall have a union. Then we have federations and the apex organization. The new term that I've introduced here is a federation. A federation of cooperatives in the same value chain. For example, we know this county can produce a lot of cotton, isn't it? So there will be cotton farmers growing cotton, Kitui, and the others across the country. All of them will come together and form a federation because they have a common product called cotton, isn't it? They will process it, make yarn, and even come up with byproducts for animal feeds. The teachers will come together and form their own federation so that you speak in one language. So that in the event your deductions are not coming out, yeah, in case the union messes with Madam TSC, As we will not go there because of your transfers or promotion, we will go for the money. All right? Because our federation is having a challenge. I want you to ask yourself, do you have founder members alive still? Any founder members? Oh, don't forget those people. Where is it? Founder members of this circle. Oh my God, wait to begin my coffee. Oh, it is on their vision that we are riding on, isn't it? It's on their vision. Going forward, chairman always get their seats. What we are not in our work account, in our work founder members. Because we are relying on their word. It's on their vision. And let me tell you, teachers, when you retire, don't go to the circle to take your money. Where are you going? Okay, the circle, oh, you are withdrawing from the circle, oh, I've retired. Where are you going? To the grave? No, don't go anywhere. In fact, bring your pension, bring all your money and leave it in the what? In the circle, and now come here and say, how much returns are you going to give me? Isn't it? If you calculate, if you are at 40 million, sorry, 40 million, 20 million shillings in your savings, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. Don't abuse God. Don't joke with God. God will give you more. 20 million shillings times 12% divided by 360 days. How much money would that money your savings earn for you on a daily basis? You will be earning about 7,000 shillings every day. Your savings is in the circle, but it's giving you about 7,000 shillings per what? Per day. Si utatoka kwa nyumba umeoga. Let me, haven't you seen some teachers after retiring 2 years, anaoga mara mbili kwa wiki? Kwa sababu anakuuliza naoga naenda wapi? Lakini ukiwa unajua uko na pesa kwa mfuko, si unaoga unaenda kutembea kwa soko. Unaenda kunywa chai, unachipaka mafuta, uso yako sitaonekana imeng'ara. Lakini kama utawahi kuoga for 1 or 2 days, naenda wapi? Hata viatu weki, unaanza kutafuta kasuti. Hii sifai yangu ovyo ovyo, hii ni ya functions, si ndio? Unakuta tu unafaa koti moja. Kila siku ukitokea huko, watu wanasema yule ni mkula. Ile kofia yake ndiye ile. Yule ni fulani, yule ni Marube yule. Could you survive another 6 years? You will die. Let me tell you, as for men, let me talk about men. And have equal rights to nanny teachers. Then you change your rules and say, for you to be in the management, you need to have 5 million shillings. And when I look at the average saving in your place, it's around 200. Already maybe some of the biggest savers and what? Non-teachers. So you say now, for you to be in the board, 3 million and above. And then you find only one teacher has 3 million and above. So who will be sitting in your board? Who will be the board? Non-teachers who have businesses in town. And you know those people are doing small businesses. Can you mobilize each other? They will come here in what? In numbers. And when that man has become a chairman, he will be giving loans to his constituencies, isn't it? They will not even pay. The next time he will go to fight for a seat of an MCA. Where will you be? Where are you as a teacher, Sacco? I want you to think strategically and say, how can we retain the identity of a teacher so that you have more seats in the board? Those ones who come can never change. Their votes are in question in terms of decision making. If you bring everybody here, you will lose your circle to the businessmen in town. Mumeanza kuona hiyo? Munaanza kuona? Mimi niliona mbele. So what are you going to do? You must safeguard the identity of that land, the founders, and they grow it. Don't become like those naughty children of rich people. When their fathers die, they sell the land the following morning. Preserve it. So you need to look for a method. The best method will not be doing votes in the General Assembly when the non-members will come here and overwhelm you. What you do, and this is the advice I gave in Embu, you go the delegate system. Then you say, if we are going to have 200 delegates from different zones, the teachers would have 70% of the delegate system. So that when you come here, the decisions you make is in favor of who? Don't even take it. Don't take my advice. You try one day and tell those people who are non-teachers that we are going to have elections, you are also equally eligible. And see the number of people who will be here. You will not have a single seat. No, it will go. And you will remember me. Nipigie makofi. Because you are going to remember who? Savings will not continue. If you want to give hope and faith and trust to your people, you will be a blessing. When you go home and sit down, don't be thinking about the corporate, the circle all the time. Think about yourself. Yes, I was in the circle, I have learned this. How can I apply it into my own life? I want to stop here and wish you a peaceful deliberation going forward. Meaningful deliberations. Deliberations that can bring transformation in our circle. I don't want to, you are below average. As much as you think you are doing very well, you are below what? Average, because you should be about 8 billion shillings in terms of deposits. Your loans, the money you should be having is above 13, 14 billion shillings that you could have taken to enhance and change your socio-economic well-being. Mr. Chairman, I wish you all the best as you give vision and guidance to this particular cooperative society, that in the next 3 years, when I read your books, that we will hear that the loans that your members have taken is more than 5 billion shillings. That your deposits went up. That's when we know that there's change. If members raise an issues that needs to be addressed by board or by the management, pick them in good faith. Go and see whether they are applicable. And if you don't feel like you didn't understand very well, call that member and ask him, what did you mean? So that all of us together, we can be able to build our institution. May God bless you. May God bless you.
Can we rise up? We have been sitting for quite some time. So we are going to give you chicken. And again, this place is also very much infested with mosquitoes. So we will try our level best and also help you so that when you go away, you don't suffer malaria from this tropical area. So number one, we are going to scare all the mosquitoes, confuse them, and crush them. And then we will give you an award of chicken so that you take home. So when I say confuse the mosquitoes, you just confuse the mosquitoes, confuse them, confuse them, confuse them, crush them, crush, crush. So you are safe. Number two, we are giving you chicken to take home. So we are going to flap, right? And we flap pole pole. You go with my style. 1, 2, 3. Ongeza speedy. Ongeza speedy. Ongeza speedy. Ongeza speedy. Give the chicken. Take home chicken. That is what we give to the most honorable guest. We can sit. Thank you so much, Bwana Marube, and please, welcome again.
If there's nothing on page 14, we move to page 15.
Realize why the disbursement dropped. Then we shall continue dropping even in the near future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bwana Chairman, I want to applaud you on this from the very deepest part of me. Social responsibility is a responsibility given to us as humanity. And the Sacco is touching on the heart of the Almighty. There is no way you can make money and forget about the need in the society. We have people who are in dire needs, children who do not have somebody substantially to stand in for them to pursue their academic dreams. And the Sacco is embracing this, and I want to congratulate you and the board for having this powerful vision. Members, I want us to encourage the Sacco to do this, and if possible, we can even increase this number. It costs us nothing, Bwana Chairman,
yes, sir,
to increase the number of people we are supporting to achieve their academic dreams. Because by so doing, we are touching the heart of the Almighty, and we are depositing in the heart of the Father. And this Sacco will grow. This act of kindness cannot go unnoticed by the Almighty. Being a representative of God here, I want to applaud you, and I want to say continue and even increase the number of these needy students. However, we must have things done appropriately to avoid people canvassing sometimes. The children of teachers, relatives coming in behind your back, Bwana Chairman, it must be done in a very open manner. And I want to propose that we must have a few people who are doing the vetting of the same. Like the Equity normally does that. So that you help those who are very vulnerable. The vulnerable of the vulnerable. Ili tusiwe na kelele, yeah, there is corruption here and there. So for that, I applaud you, and I say the number should be increased.
And our report, we are saying that it was the general meeting was timely. The number of members who attended are 3,057 members. The deliberations were orderly. The chief guest address was informative and educative. Save for the dominance of a few members in the deliberations. Our recommendations, we are saying that with the opening of the common bonds, let there be liberal participation from members of all cadres for information decision making and easy implementation of the resolutions that are passed. It has been raised here as the watchdog of you members. We noted this issue on underperforming and underperforming loans. Now we noted the following members, that there was delays in the notification to members concerning the loan repayment status. The members had the ability to repay the loans as per the schedule. The amount fed into the system was less than the appraised and approved amount. Our recommendation, Chairman, that there should be due diligence in the whole process from application to disbursement of these loans. We are also saying that okay, thank you, Chairman. We are also saying that there should be an express way in the society system of detecting loan status at any given time. Number two, we have looked at membership, and I think from the table there, members, you can look at the table, the total membership. We are looking at 2021 and 2022. We did that comparison. There is an increment. Membership grew by 1,421 members. Chairman, we can still do better than this. That's why we are recommending that we should have aggressive marketing of the Sacco within and outside the county. We should also have increased, we should increase and even empower our sales agents to cover more areas. Like members have proposed here, their mobility should also be looked at. On loan disbursement, members, I want to apologize that there were printing errors. We did the comparison of loan disbursements 2022-2021, but you realized that there was a drop. There was a drop in comparison to the 2 years that I've mentioned. Now, our recommendations, we are saying that let there be aggressive member recruitment drive, assess member needs to come up with the viable loan products, also introduce mobile loaning, and repayment of the dividend advance. You realize, Chairman, and I think on behalf of the members, we want to thank you for the introduction of dividend advance. But how we wish that this is done earlier than it was done during the year under review. We are also thinking that in the future, we can even introduce other products that are not in existence, like mortgage loans for our members. On investments in Apex bodies, I think members, you look at that table where we have invested, and I remember members were asking other sources of income for the Sacco. So we have invested in Apex bodies. Our concern is that we noted that despite the high investment in these Apex bodies, there is very little that we get. And from our report, only two, that's Scope Holdings and Cusco, were able to give dividends to the Sacco by the time we are compiling our reports. So, Chairman, we are recommending that let the body consider divesting or even disposing of the non-performing investments, misdirected funds. Now, members, if you look at that report, we have members who are affected, and I want to appeal to the management that every time members' funds are misdirected to any account, let the money be given to the right account so that the members can access, when they are going for their statements, they can get their shares as given. We are recommending, and we have given our recommendations, that especially the members affected are employees of the county government, that all misdirected funds be redirected to the Sacco. We are also saying that we engage the finance department of the county government of Busia County to properly direct the Sacco finances to the Sacco account. Finally, members, we are saying that to grow further, let us join hands together to prudently mobilize resources, provide affordable, sustainable, and diversified financial services to our clients. Thank you so much.
It's our report. We are not going to discuss it. Propose and second.
Directors from other institutions and distinguished members. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, member. Good afternoon, sir. May I take this opportunity to express my very sincere thanks to all for taking the time to come and attend this very important meeting. May I also take this opportunity to return my very many thanks to all members for having appointed our firm to audit the Society's financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2022. In this very important meeting, may I request that you sanction our bid in office until the conclusion for the year ended 31st December 2023. Audit of the Sacco's financial statements. We audited the financial statements of the society in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards and in compliance with the SASRA's requirements. After finalization of the audit, we made the board of directors and read the accounts to them. Members, good afternoon. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon to you. After the accounts had been read to the board of directors, they were sent to Sasra. Asante. May I now, because of time, make a summary of the main items of your society. Proposal second. Asante. I propose that the accounts were audited properly and they are in accordance with the accounting standards. Second. CPA Jackson Wetosi is my name. Asante.
Proposal 26.594. I propose that the records be discussed and they have been approved. Consequently, dividends.
TSC number 493560. I second my brother.
Oh, thank you.
Buyer and Associates, Wycliffe Majengo, Growth Path Consultancy, Walubengo and Associates, and Timothy Diallo. The tender committee presented to the board Jackson Wetosi, Buyer and Associates, Walubengo and Associates, and the board recommended Jackson Wetosi.
Jackson Wetosi? Yes, karibu. Yeah, 63. Yeah, 90. Yeah, 83. Hey, Sekenda? I second Marco.
4.5 million. Sacco van, system upgrade, and purchase of computers, printers, A.G.M, and other equipment.
Proposal Sekenda.
Page 70.
Propose and second for capital budget for those three items. Wanaura. Listen now.
So first, the dividends are ready, and we're going to post them by the end of the day. In about 2 hours now, you'll begin receiving messages. You're expected to receive 2 messages. The first one is for the interest on members' deposits, and then the other one is on dividends. So even if you don't get the second message, do not be worried. The money will be posted into your account in 2 batches. The first one is the interest, and the other one is the dividends. You'll be able to check your balance, and later on, after like 1 week, after next week, after full payment of the dividends, you'll be able to make inquiries if you wanted. We will want to encourage members to take their money through the mobile banking and A.G.M to avoid crowding in the banking halls beginning Monday, so that we have a smooth payment period. There's no hurry, there's no cause for an alarm. Your money will remain in the account and don't need to count all of you on Monday. Thank you.
Action, please.
My name is Alex Haemba. I work with Cusco Bungoma office, which covers Bungoma County and Busia County. May I take this opportunity to appreciate the good partnership that we've had between Cusco and Faridi Sacco. May we continue with that this year. Asante sana.
Saccos in attendance. Saccos.
All protocol observed. I'm Rosemary Mahanu, the Home Secretary, Narisha Sacco. I'm happy to be with you today. I've learned a lot, and may you continue with your growth. Thank you.
Madam, karibu sana. Home Secretary, Madam. Oh, thank you.
And we are here on behalf of our board chair, Simiu, and the CEO. They gave us 3 messages. 1, greetings from the society. 2,
Mr. Aura,
they thank you.
Listen to remarks from the chief officer.
For the good work you are doing. And finally, they wish you people what we call a fruitful A.G.M. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Bwana CEO.
Sitachukua muda, nialike wale ambao ni viongozi kutoka tawi la TESI. TDS wako hapa, tafadhali. Wameenda. Not leadership, those that are present here. Karibu.
Asante sana Bwana Katibu. Faridi Leadership, all protocols observed. Moit Alex, Chairman, Teso Branch, Kenya National Union of Teachers. Asante sana.
Asante sana mwenyekiti wa kikao hiki. Bi Rose Ajuma Abai, weka hazina tawi la Teso. Asante.
Kwa hivyo mimi naitwa Mwalimu Ekasiba Geoffrey, nikiwa katibu tawi la Teso, yule ambaye alichaguliwa juzi Ijumaa tarehe 25. Langu ni kuomba wanafaridi all the cooperatives that have been here kwamba what you are doing for the teachers is a great kind of concern based on their financial status. How I wish that the same spirit of good leadership will be able to be bestowed upon you and make sure that actually the services the teachers are crying and all the corporates is actually gaining to them.
The chairman of the branch, may we have the leadership of Busia upstanding kindly. And since we are few, it is in order that we mention our names by ourselves. We begin with benevolent funds. The leadership of Busia. Brother Ugur has left. All the leadership. I'm seeing my brother George Jr. in Capture. Pass over to...
Pole nimechelewa, but better late than never. Asanteni Faridi.
Our role as CAK is to make sure that the regulations being made by the government, both the national government and the county government, are good at enabling cooperatives to do their business. So that is our role. And we are working extremely very well with the current minister, Honorable Simon Chergoi, a very visionary person, and we thank the government really for having found it necessary to have a standalone ministry, well funded, to support cooperatives. And I think I want to encourage every youth, every person, if you are a Kenyan, belong to one of the cooperative societies or one of the SACCOs, because by coming together, we will have the synergies to solve our own problems. We are able, we have the abilities, we can do whatever it takes if we came together in the spirit of cooperatives.
Maybe how many members should we be talking of Faridi Sacco, and what are their books maybe this financial year?
I will give you their books. They have how many members did I see? 100, 3,000, 9,000. It's about they are heading to 10,000 members, and they have resolved today each member is going to bring one more member in the course of the year. So we expect their numbers to spontaneously grow in the current. And your deposit at the moment? They have 1.5 billion shillings already in their savings. And you can imagine if they can only increase their small by a small margin, by next year they should be in that league of about 2 to 3 billion shillings. So there is enough resources, there is enough capabilities, there is a goodwill from the government, both county government and national government, to support people to grow and change their lives through the cooperative model.
I heard you talk about maybe questioning those members who sometimes collude with the leaders of some of the cooperatives, maybe to squander the money they make for them.
Yeah, what we have done in our new bill, which is going to be discussed and passed into the bill, into the act soon in Parliament, is going to, we have put measures, very strong measures, to protect the members' savings, members' money, members' property and wealth in the SACCOs by going to criminalize. If you are a SACCO member, if you are a chairman or you are a board member, and you made a decision which is not good for the members, for the SACCO, then we will recover that money. We will charge you as a person to recover the money that you stole from the SACCO. It's not going to be a life as usual. And again, anybody who steals the money from the SACCO, we pursue them by law. The law has been provided for. We will not just charge you, we will recover the full amount together with interest, so that we can give confidence and the faith for the people to save their money in the SACCOs.
Your name, sir?
My name is Daniel Marube, the Chief Executive Officer of Cooperative Alliance of Kenya.